Travis Hunter got a super cool Valentine's Day gift. The Avalanche get back on track, and some big what could have been from the NBA trade deadline. Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for February 14th. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel Vigil.
The Colorado Avalanche get back on track by defeating the Washington Capitals on Tuesday night 6-3 and are tied for the Central Division lead with the Dallas Stars. Arturi Lehkonen collected 4 points, 2 goals, and 2 assists, tying his career high set this season. Colorado registered its 48th power play goal of the campaign. They have been struggling on the power play, so this was massive for the Avs to get back on track at that. At the conclusion of the game, their power play ranked second in the NHL. Cale Makar was voted the league's top defenseman by executive and players in a new survey released by ESPN on Tuesday. He was ranked first on 17 of 20 ballots and second on the other 3. Makar has tallied the most points for defensemen since he entered the league full-time in the 2019-2020 season. He has 306 points in just 286 games. Think about that. 306 points in just 286 games. So 1 or more point per contest. Makar has 60 points in 48 games this year with 13 goals and 47 assists. Makar's line mate, Devon Toews, didn't crack the top 10, but he did finish number 13 in the survey. The Nuggets, they're looking to bounce back after suffering 2 back-to-back blowout losses. They will take on the Kings for the second time in less than a week tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Make sure you check out that game. It should be, in fact, a good one. The status for KCP and Jamal Murray still unknown at this point, but not looking good for either one. The NBA trade deadline has come and gone, and apparently we saw a few big names looking to change teams. The Warriors made a quote-unquote unsuccessful build to pair LeBron with Steph Curry before the trade deadline, according to Woj. This one caught me by surprise this morning when I saw it, but both the Lakers and LeBron declined. And according to a report in The Athletic, the Wizards nearly traded Kyle Kuzma to the Mavericks. However, Kuzma himself turned down the deal after talking with the Wizards GM Michael Winger. Kuzma does not have a no-trade clause, but he told Winger he wanted to stay and to continue to build something. Crazy how much say these players have and what they're looking to do with their teams. Now, if you're a Rockies fan, Daniel Bard won't be on the mound when the pitchers and catchers report for Rockies spring training on Thursday in Scottsdale, Arizona. I can't believe it's almost baseball season. He had surgery to repair a torn meniscus that happened on Tuesday, according to Patrick Saunders of the Denver Post, knocking the right-handed reliever out of action for what is expected to be in the entirety of spring training. Bart has dealt with anxiety in the past and a flexor sprain in his right forearm, so he is known for being on the injury report. But Rockies fans will not be seeing him. Hopefully, by opening day, he's feeling a little bit better. Now, Travis Hunter's fiance, she outdid herself for Valentine's Day this year with a miniature 3D model of one of his top plays from the 2023 season. Do we all remember that interception that he made versus TCU and all of a sudden the Buffs were all over the headlines? Yeah, that one. This is one of the coolest gifts I have ever seen, this little 3D miniature model. But that didn't end right there. The gift continues because there is a QR code there that pulls up the exact interception that brought on Hunter's talent into the limelight that would pull up on his screen. So he could see that whenever he wanted to on his phone. Such a freaking cool gift, if you ask me. I think she's winning Valentine's Day this year. Deion Sanders shared who he thinks should perform at the Super Bowl next year in New Orleans. Deion says that Lil Wayne should definitely do it. And we all know the relationship that they have. Do we remember when Lil Wayne walked out on the field down there at Folsom and started singing and pumping up the team and getting ready for them to come out on there? So yeah, Deion says, I'm already on to next year into New Orleans, and I'm petitioning right now for this young artist. He's dope. He has to be the halftime performer. Deion says, I know Roger Goodell, the commissioner, obviously, of the NFL. I'm going to put a phone call into that right now. Lil Wayne was standing next to Deion and says, and you know, Jay-Z got a lot to do with that too. I know him and I, so I'm going to talk to him as well. Oh man, we got to get this done. Last year, Weezy has expressed his desire to perform for the Super Bowl in New Orleans just as bad as he wanted to see his name on the top of the list when it came to being on the billboards, winning any of the awards, etc. Now, one thing I did not know is if you are the Super Bowl halftime performer, you actually have to pay all of the money for your performance. The NFL does not pay hardly anything, so that all comes down to the artist, but Lil Wayne, Jay-Z obviously could afford to do it. Let me know how you would feel about Lil Wayne and Jay-Z doing the halftime performance. I think it would be kind of interesting. Now, this is some drama that came down from the Super Bowl. I was not ready for this one when I saw it yesterday. Do we all remember Brandon Marshall, the former Broncos wide receiver? He stated on his I Am Athlete podcast that Kanye West was removed from the Super Bowl stadium because of Taylor Swift's request. Marshall said during the podcast, which he confused Taylor Swift with Katy Perry, so just go with it there. But he said Kanye West pulls up to Vegas, buys a ticket to be right in front of Katy Perry's booth. So anytime they were going to be showing Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, Kanye's face was going to be there. He continued on and said he's got a mask with his logo on the mask. It's a typical Kanye move. But then Taylor Swift got pissed off. She makes a phone call and everybody's involved and he gets kicked out of the stadium. He said he was trying to leverage her celebrity, and that's what he tried to do to get sitting in front of Taylor Swift. So a lot of drama right there. I don't know all of the facts. I don't even know if it's true, but Brandon Marshall obviously has been super popular on his podcast, and to hear the drama that happened at the Super Bowl, I found to be quite interesting. Has anybody else heard any of this news? Because again, I feel like it's just come out of Brandon Marshall, but maybe he's got a relationship with Kanye West right there. Looking ahead, we have not traveled back to 1992, but Shaquille O'Neal is about to make Orlando Magic history. Last night, the Orlando Magic will retire Shaq's jersey number of 32. He will be the first Magic player to ever receive this honor. This is the first time this is not the first time that O'Neal's first NBA team will honor him. In 2015, he was inducted into the Orlando Magic Hall of Fame. We all love Shaq. I personally absolutely enjoy watching him. I think it's so cool that he's also a DJ, has done a ton of stuff in Denver too. So I'm excited for Shaq to be able to get this honor as well. If you are a basketball fan, then man, you better be paying to Iowa because holy smokes, Caitlin Clark has been absolutely insane this year. But fans are dropping some serious money to see her possibly on Thursday set the NCAA women's scoring record. Tickets for Thursday night's home game versus Michigan are an average purchase price of $521 on all of the ticket selling apps. Now, if you want to sit courtside to be close up into the action, that'll cost you upwards of $13,000 on StubHub. Clark needs just 8 points on Thursday to break Kelsey Plum's record of 3,527 career points. Could be such a good game. I feel like Joey and I, my producer, were talking. Everybody loves Caitlin Clark. She's so fun to watch. It's so exciting to see everything that she's been able to do. And she's just this crazy big name right now that everybody is starting to pay attention to. And that's what you love to see for college women's basketball, but also possibly for the WNBA, etc. So great news over on that front. So of course, wishing everybody a happy Valentine's Day as well. Let's see. Usher netted $600 for the halftime show, but should get $100 million in publicity. That's not surprising at all. The fact that he only netted $600 for the halftime show is a little crazy. LeBron is already known as a ring chaser. Why wouldn't he try it again? Listen, LeBron may be known for that, but let's be honest, he has done it his own way multiple times as well. So the matchup between LeBron and Steph Curry is one I always look forward to. So having them be on the same team, I wouldn't want to watch it. I wouldn't want to tune in. I feel like having them go head to head is always what makes me want to tune in as well. Great win by the Avs, overcoming a terrible phantom call that almost cost them the game. Honestly, I'm so glad that the Avs, they had tough practices after obviously they had been struggling. I'm glad the power play is getting back, to what we all expect it to be when it comes to the Avalanche. So it's great to be able to see that for sure when it comes to this Avalanche team. They have to keep going. And I love being able to see guys like Arturi Lehkonen who are getting pucks in the back of the net. The big stars, Mikko Rantanen, Cale Makar, Nathan McKinnon, those guys can't be the only ones to do it. So having somebody like Arturi Lehkonen be able to go out there and produce is absolutely massive, and that's what they need to be able to push through towards the playoffs and past that eventually. Hopefully getting back to a Stanley Cup final would be freaking awesome. That's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily today. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me. Get back to work, and we will see you at 12 p.m. for another episode of Coffee Break. Bye, everybody.